Fletcher, you just come in this past 2 weeks to start working out. Now that you won the Super Bowl, how's it feeling different when you come in to start training for the year?
I mean, I think we still have, as a team, I think we still have to have the same approach. Individually, my approach is the same. Always come in and, work towards things that I could have been better at last year.
What are those things?
I mean, just a few technique things. I mean, things that pop out on tape. During the year that you work on, just simple things of, like I could have did a few, technique things right. But I just work on it. That's what the off season is for.
Fletcher, the shorter off season, how's your body feeling?
I feel good. Sorry.
You don't have to show us.
I feel good. I took some time off, and then I kind of eased my way back into everything, and just gradually got back into doing strength stuff, conditioning stuff, and I feel like I'm ready to roll.
You strung together a bunch of real consistent Pro Bowl type seasons. How important is it for you at this stage of your career to not have a let up, not have that down year that some veterans have?
I think the most important thing is for me is to keep myself in shape. I feel like once I keep myself in shape and keep myself on the same routine, maybe switch a few things up, but keep myself in the same routine, it makes me a better player, it makes me a better person and a better teammate. And I share that with a lot of young guys that come in there.
Hey, Fletcher, you played 6 years with Vinny, 4 years with Bo. How's the line different now without those guys, and obviously with Michael Bennett and Doherty not on it?
It's going to be different. You just got to. I think it's going to be one of those things where I had I played with Benny for a couple years. Then Timmy came in last year, and just one of those things. You just got to build a chemistry with those guys. Learn what those guys do, what those teammates do really good, and try to learn from them, and just get them up to speed on the way that we do things around the building.
Fletcher, it seems like you guys as a team, an organization, are kind of weighing the whole White House visit thing. Are you open to going? Do you not want to go? What's your feeling on that?
I think the main thing for me is for me today is I'm here to talk about football and not really worried about what's going on outside of that.
How fun has it been this spring seeing the momentum carry from the Eagles' victory to the Phillies and the Sixers playoff run? Because they've been just white hot here in Philadelphia.
I think it's great, for the city of Philadelphia, for the way the Sixers are playing right now, the way that, everything is going for the city. And I think those guys are, just feeding off of, what we did back in February. And they're taking that momentum, and it's putting, fire to them to want to do that and continue that and make the city of Philadelphia proud.
Fletcher, how would you describe the whole feeling of winning the Super Bowl? Is it everything that you dreamed it would be?
Absolutely. I think it was great. I enjoyed it. I lived in that moment, and it was just, something that you won't forget. I mean, it's a stamp that's put there, and you got a lot of guys that's played in the league a long time that probably won't ever have a chance that probably never had a chance to experience that feeling. And, it's a great feeling for me and, for my family and the people that's important to me.
What's it been like in your hometown since you won the Super Bowl?
It's been great. My hometown did a few special things for me. They had a hometown parade. They named the longest street in Yazoo City after me, which was really special. So, they've been supporting me the whole way, and they continue to do it.
How long's that street?
I don't know.
Mile?
It's the longest street in Yazoo City, so probably had to ask Siri about that.
What's it called, like Fletcher Cox Boulevard?
Fletcher Cox Road, yes. Yep.
How does going late in the season, winning the Super Bowl, change your off-season program and how you go about getting ready? Because it's just a condensed time frame.
I think you can't take too much time off, but me as, I know I played a lot of ball during the regular season, so, I had to take more time off than I normally had because of planning to the first week of February. I think the biggest thing for me was to not let myself get completely out of, cardio shape, go in and stay in. And the biggest thing I've done was kind of, I got a bike and I just kind of ride my bike a couple miles a day to kind of keep that up.
We mentioned the new guys on the defensive line. What's it going to take to get back to the level as the unit that you played at last year or even play beyond that?
We have to trust each other. I think that's the biggest thing. It's going to be the biggest thing with Chris, with the players trusting Chris Wilson that is. And, the biggest thing is, for them to learn the defense and, everybody play up to speed. I think they brought in a bunch of, veteran guys that's going to do that.
The fact that it's so hard to repeat, do you talk to players like Malcolm who have been through and won the Super Bowl before and the pitfalls that come with it and how to avoid those?
I think the biggest thing for us is, to focus on this off season. Let's not worry about let's not look too far ahead because we have an off season to go through, we have a training camp to go through, and you know, the biggest thing is going to be, you know, will this team stay focused? And I know that we will. Another challenge going to be is, you know, we will definitely, you know, trust the process that we're going through. We would definitely just trust everything that the coaches are feeding us, and you know, just continue to, you know, just build on it each day.
Fletch, new rules in the league with the helmet. Your understanding of those rules and how do you feel that will impact you?
I mean, just got to play by the rules. I think the biggest thing is going to be hard to adjust some things, but you know, they make rules for a reason, and we just have to follow them. We have to be pros and go out and, you know, and follow the rules. But you know, sometimes, you know, we all break rules, but it's just part of the game. I don't think that any time that's going to slow anybody down.
In what instances, you know, just generally, have you led with your helmet?
I mean, you never. This game is so fast that, you know, things happen really quick. You know, and I think leading with your helmet, not everybody do that on, you know, intentionally. It's just one of those things where, you know, you're probably trying to, you know, brace or just one of those situations where you know, you really don't know you're doing it, but you really are.
Have they actually explained the new rule and how they're going to go about calling it?
We haven't had our meeting yet. We normally do that in training camp when we get all the new rules, and they go in and show us examples, and we just have to, you know, live by that.
When they do those new rules, is that something you can kind of think about on the field, or do you have to change your practice habits so it becomes like second nature?
I mean, you just said it. I think, you know, you have to change, you know, some things that you do, but you don't. I just feel like you don't get those opportunities in practice to do that. I think, you know, the way that we practice and the way that, you know, the rules are is just kind of two different ways, because we want to take care of one another, you know, in practice. Obviously, you know, have respect for the guy on game day, but at the end of the day, like I said, you know, a few comments ago, that's not something that we do on purpose.
Have you had individual positional meetings yet with just the D-line guys?
I mean, that's what Phase 1 is about.
Yeah.
We have some meetings about it.
How's
So,
the room different with no Vinny and Bo, and then with Michael being in there, Michael back?
man, I talk to Vinny about every other day, and it's going to take a while to grow on me, because playing with a guy that I drafted with for 6, he played with for 6 years, playing with both for 4, 5 years, and it's going to be different. But you know, I kind of, you know, gotta understand that that's part of the business. And Vinny is happy where he at, and Bo is happy where he at, and you know, I wish those guys the best.
How does your leadership style and Michael's leadership style mesh? Two different leadership styles.
I mean, me and Mike are two different people. You know, Mike is very outspoken, and you know, he says what's on his mind. You know, and that's one of those things that, you know, you just got to accept him for who you are. And, you know, I welcome that guy in that room with open arms. And I'm pretty sure, you know, he'll understand the way that I lead, and I understand the way that he lead, and it will be no bumping heads in that room, that's for sure.
Fletcher, it was about almost exactly this time last year that Derek becomes a first-round pick. 10 months later, he's recovering the fumble in the Super Bowl that basically ices that game. Can you talk a little bit about his development you saw in year 1, and then what you could reasonably expect from him to do here in year 2?
I mean, I saw him grow from the first day, from the first practice. You saw him grow, and towards the middle of the season, you saw him grow. He started to pick up on things, and we just always to explain them to him. Don't rush it. You know, it's going to come over, of course, of playing a bunch of snaps in the game. You know, he went through preseason. He was like, oh, man, you know, it's really like that. I said, well, no, you really haven't seen nothing yet until the season start. And then the first game come around, he like, man, you know, it's really fast. I said, yeah, this is what you're going to get for the rest of the year. So he kind of grew, and he just learned. I think Chris Long, Vinny, and Brandon, all those guys did a great job of taking him under their arms and just teaching him the ropes. And, you know, right now he looks great. He's, you know, working out, and looking forward to for his second year for him.
How good can he be in year 2?
He'll be really good, because Derek's one of those guys. He shows up, he works hard, and you know, he's not scared to compete. I mean, his first year, last year, you know, you see him going to training camp against Jason Peters, and he wasn't missing a beat. So I mean, that makes him better, and also obviously, you know, it's a big compliment to him to, you know, to be going against Jason, and you know, wasn't scared at all. So he'll be really good.
We've talked about all the new guys coming in this year, but in your second year with Timmy, what's that relationship like? And off the field and on the field?
I mean, it'll be good. I mean, the relationship with Timmy and I is really good. I mean, we got a good understanding of, that we just got to continue to grow from last year. that we have to, just, go back and watch film on the things that we both did bad, and let's try to correct it, as, individually and as a group, as him playing beside me. And the biggest thing is it's every day that we challenge each other. We want each other to be better, and that won't stop.
Do you know much about Bennett as an inside rusher? I mean, he did a lot. He jumped in a lot, like Brandon. How do you think he'll play off you?
It'll be really good for us. Real good. I'm actually pretty excited about it, to be able to be rushing with him. It's funny that we said that, because I think a couple years ago, and we was at the Pro Bowl, and he said, man, I wish I was rushing next to you. And now, look at it, years later, we get a chance to do that, and I'm pretty excited about it.
Time for two more questions.
You mentioned Vinny and Benny before. Does it ever get easy for you, the business part of it, losing friends from year to year, just the turnover?
I think a friendship lasts forever, but, as we all know, NFL contracts don't. But, I'm happy for Vinny, happy for Benny, happy for Vinny, and those guys will be forever my friends.
Fletcher Cox Road isn't in Google Maps yet.
You gotta wait, man. You gotta give him time, bro. It just happened like a couple weeks ago, all right?
What road did it replace?
River Road.
River Road?
Yeah.
You've checked off the box Super Bowl champion. You've been rewarded with your position, great contract. What's the next box you want to check off?
The next box for me, and I'm not scared to say it, I think I've had multiple Pro Bowls. I won the Pro Bowl, and the next thing for me is to be, Defensive Player of the Year. That's my thing, and I'll be working towards that.
Thanks, everyone.
All right, thanks, Fletcher.
Yeah.